Okay, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, testing.
1, 2, 1, 2.
This is episode 8 of No Art School. My name is Chloe, and I am here with my friend and special guest, Kenice.
Hi, how are you all? I guess I told.
Yeah, that is a timely question. How are you all? Okay, so, Kenice, what is your sign? Your sun sign?
Aries.
Moon sign?
Sagittarius.
Alright.
I don't know why I had to, question that. My rising is Cancer. Yeah.
Sun is Libra, moon is Leo, rising is Aries.
That's a fun combo.
It makes you feel very much like a child all the time. All the time.
That makes sense. I too am like a child, but I'm very flighty and emotional while being a child.
That's good. At least you're in touch with your emotions, you know?
Yeah.
You had an apprenticeship with a chef.
Yeah.
Sorry. And you were learning to make Italian food, like authentic Italian. So what was that experience like, and where did it lead to?
Traumatizing, I think.
Whoa, really?
In a way, one of the best and worst experiences of my life. I feel like as a woman in the kitchen, and anyone who is a chef, especially in New York, where it's like so intense and high volume, fast paced, you're experiencing something that many people would never agree to experience. So people often look at you as a masochist. I mean, every chef is you're working in these conditions where you're over an extremely hot oven, you're sweating, you have to cook and use sharp utensils so fast to cover 250 covers per night, and there's so much risk to it. It's you're putting yourself on the line to create this beautiful piece of art, but at the same time, as a woman, you're in this space that is run by men. So you're constantly proving yourself to be like one of them without giving into a lot of the condescending natures and masculine inferiority complexes that they might have when they see that you're doing better than they were, especially if they're 20 years older than you and you're young and new, and they see oh, this person is moving as fast as I just moved. And they're so much younger than me, and they're significantly less experienced, and now I feel inferior, and I'm just gonna project that on you. And so you're constantly fighting this uphill battle of how can I better myself without truly jumping into the crossfire. And I think that in itself, that's why I said it was traumatizing, because you're in a constant fight or flight situation. Yeah, you're learning on the fly, but you're also fighting on the fly. And I don't know, on the fly is something that we use in restaurant terms. You put it together immediately, just without any precedence sort of situation. But you are every day was new. It was kind of like an HBO show, a sitcom where you go in and everything that you never expected to happen would happen in that moment. And you're oh my God, how am I supposed to handle this? And 5 minutes later, solution is presented, you're handling it. And it's funny to see that you overcome so much in such a short amount of time, whether it be getting stabbed, having oil splash on you, and you just work through it. You become extremely resilient. I joke, it's a mix of being in the army and being a surgeon, because you're on your feet for, it could be 12 hours at a time. You're using sharp utensils to create very meticulous pieces of art, using tweezers. It's like surgery in the sense that you do have to be meticulous.
Okay, so what is this dish we're working to create?
Okay, so shuka, but with a twist. So we kind of took the regular ingredients, the ground beef, the egg on top, the tomato paste, and tomato sauce, and instead of diced tomatoes, we're going to use grape tomatoes, add a little ricotta instead of feta or goat, do some peppers and arugula, mushroom, and green olives, so it's more Western Mediterranean influence rather than Eastern. And because I'm on a low FODMAP diet, we're kind of omitting that garlic and onion flavor and substituting it with something like the green olive and the peppers to still add smokiness to it without letting it be dull.
So what does the garlic and onion do? Is it like a dietary concern?
Yes. So the way my digestive process works, something like that's like fermented or something like onions or garlic, my body doesn't digest them properly, so they like stay whole. And it causes me to have like pain within my digestive tract, or it could even cause like cuts internally because on a low heat with a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna put salt, pepper, a bit of seasoning. I'm gonna figure it out as I go so that the ground beef absorbs it. So once we put it in the tomato sauce, that is going to like kind of extract the seasoning and put it in the tomato sauce without having it become like kind of grainy from too much like powdered seasoning.
Okay, cool. So this little like echo lamp.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So with astrology, how do you approach it when you meet new people?
I'm just really aggressive. Maybe that's
Same.
in my Aries nature. I'm just like, tell me your sun, moon, and rising.
Where were you born?
What time were you born? Yeah, if they're like, oh, I only know my sun, I'm like, we're doing the research. I'm gonna read your chart. We're gonna do astrocartography. I'm gonna tell you where to live.
Yeah.
Then we go down the line.
Wait, do mine, please.
We're gonna do your astrocartography. Okay, go to astro.com. I hope that people following this also go along and do their astro chart. It's actually really interesting.
I've been on here before.
Okay, so under free horoscope, there's one, it's travel, astro travel under interactive horoscopes.
So how do you feel about intuition? Like I often, even now, there are these moments where I don't listen to my intuition and I will like not do something that I know I should do. And then I end up having to pay for it like immediately.
Yeah, you've learned to just follow it. And influence you to like have a worldly perspective, and I think that might have coincided with each other. Like you were always in a place where you felt very frustrated with like your close relationships with people because you could never really relate, and you were so focused on leaving because you knew that there was so much greater than what you were presented with.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. That was like every interaction. I just kind of felt like, what's the point of like memorizing these faces?
Yeah. Interesting. So they have different places where like what you experience is heightened. Wow. So your Saturn MC line is in Chile, kind of on the border of Peru and Chile, but this would be a great place for you to go and do art and like have people recognize, and it will really challenge you to open you up to a new perspective on how you do your work and your relationship to people and how you see like fame and opportunity within your workplace.
So you have Daughter of Wands. So the bottom of the deck is the Crone.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that's like the base energy.
Yeah.
So the daughter is going to a new home with her companion, the unicorn. The whooping cranes guide the way. You rush forward towards a new adventure, exploding with joy in life and freedom, and you're not held back by others' judgments or limitations. Or you're cautious about stepping out in a new way. You may as well be heading towards recklessness, or at least unusually flamboyant behavior, or your spontaneous energy is blocked. Are you stopping yourself or letting others stop you? So have you felt any or all of those emotions?
All of them, actually.
You have the Crone. Standing at the crossroads is the Greek goddess Hecate. She stops to listen for messages that come from deep within herself. Behind the crone, the night sky pushes aside the sun and the daytime mind. The moon goddess floods the sky with lunar energy and sends the nighttime mind into deep intuition of the crone. At the top of the sign at the crossroads is a Latin goddess. She's a pre-Columbian clay statue from Veracruz, Mexico. She tells the crone that all roads are good and to pray for the right direction. One day, the crone may teach others what she's learned. By the light of the snake on her staff, the crone will help people find their own paths. The crone stands at the crossroads. She aligns herself with inner wisdom through solitude and trust. You need simplicity or quiet to make a truthful choice, and the crone's inner teacher or deep knowledge is used for guidance. Otherwise, you might be questioning or doubting your wisdom or direction in life. You might also feel a sense of urgency to know. You might hurry to conclusions, or you may not be able to see very far into yourself. You might think you know more than you currently do. You might have a tendency to jump from one thing to the next without fully digesting the significance of each move. The crone should be careful of decisions now. You might think you see more than you do at this point. The crone needs an outside perspective. Perhaps you should wait on making crucial decisions until you are more awake to your inner guidance and wisdom. Do you practice any kind of yoga or anything? Meditation?
Yeah, I actually do yoga and meditation at least 6 times a week.
That's good.
It's very regular. And actually that kind of unpacked everything I've been going through.
Really?
In the last few months.
That's cool.
Yeah. Which was to hear it read out loud on a tarot card. I was like, oh, cool.
Whoa.
Thank you for the validation.
1, 2. So I wanted to interview Kenice because she is cooking. We met at an art event like a few months ago. Someone had a show, and it was our first time seeing each other in a few years, so it was pretty cool to run into her in that setting. And yeah, just the art of developing skills in a new field. I'm sure I'm not the only one going through a transition in their career after trying a few things and seeing what ended up being the most successful and going with that. I am painting and also returning to drawing from time to time because there are just certain things that I have to use my skills that I've learned and apply them as I grow as an artist. So there are sometimes moments where I have to take a step back and be like, okay, this is not, a cakewalk. This work is actually challenging me to better express and refine the way that I share certain parts of my perspective, my take on life. So in returning to works by Gauguin and Matisse and or magazines, images that I've wanted to see, it's kind of a fun process. From time to time I use Reddit and I'll just go to the daily sketch page. I did on my last episode. I haven't done anything since, but I'm gonna see what I would like to create and not just kind of be rigorous about it. It's still Pisces season for a few more days, so I'm gonna take it as it comes and hopefully get some still life paintings done. That's on my to-do list for sure. I have an interesting setup right now. I'm working to try to revive a money tree that is dying and has shriveled up a little bit, kind of like my own attempts to revamp painting and make it a source of income. It's just one of those things that I think will happen when it happens. So I am going to see what comes with acrylic paintings because I think those are easier to distribute if I ever wanted to. I have a friend who straight up just will hang out and sell her artwork publicly, and it's just that's brave because part of me is so hesitant to do that. But I'm sure if I was sitting in Soho with a large painting for 5 hours, I would sell it. I would.